Surrounded by deserts and mountains, Kashgar, in the far west of China, for centuries attracted travellers and traders as they made their way across the famous Silk Road. Kashgar is known as an oasis city, even though it is one of the driest cities in the world. Fed from mountain glaciers and fresh springs, the Tumen River brought clean water to the city and gave passers-by a chance to replenish their supplies. But in recent years, this important water source has dramatically deteriorated. And as the population in the region grows, the city and farms that surround it are forced to find alternative water sources.
O su bek çıktı uçakta. Bek mi çık aktı bu su. Yaman çık su te. O aç atını sokup sa at degen çökep aç boynumu şunlara kalıta kağını aç. Manda çık geldiğin su te bu. Ağzı tinip gitti.
Kashgar sits in the Tarim Basin, an area of more than 900,000 square kilometres, mostly dominated by the Taklamakan Desert. Traditionally, the region has been lightly populated, but with China's efforts to develop the West, the population is quickly growing. Dr. Stanley Toops, who has been researching development in China for over 25 years, explains it is this population growth, coupled with the effects of climate change, which are putting a strain on the water system.
When we take a look at Xinjiang's water resources, it has to be in the context of the population that is there. The population is now about 22 million, so if you get more people, there's so much water, so then that will have an impact. And it looks like that there would be more people there, so then that's really constrained by the availability of water in the area. And then this area here has issues with the current climate change in terms of, say, the glacial retreats, which will put the water sources for, say, Urumqi, but also Kashgar into question.
The water usage falls into three main categories: domestic drinking water, water for agriculture, and water for industry and construction. Domestic drinking water is now sourced from underground aquifers. And while this has brought drinking water to the growing population, some believe the quality of this water is not high enough for human consumption. A doctor in Kashgar explains that the water that is sourced from underground is causing medical problems to the people who drink it.
Hazır şu yerlik en köp şurayetini Kashgar vilayet davasdan börek taş keserlik ancak. Bu asas jihatdan ichimlik suvdan bilayotgan masala ekan. İchimlik suvdan bilayotibdi bu. Qanday desanglar bu hozir haliqi suvni yerning qizib ichib olgan degan. Buning suvning tarkibidagi haliqi meteorit binasilar shu suvning tarkibini tekshirtmaydi-da, buni qo'ygan qilib ichmagan-ku suvni. Yerning bevosita ichib olgan degan suvning tarkibidagi ba'zi ilmlikning kuch ko'p bo'lishidan hozir masalan haliqi asas jihatdan fitorning ko'p bo'lishi. Fitorning ko'p bo'lishidan mayliqa tish va tishlar sag'irib ketish. Andikin börek tash paydo etganki shu ichimlik suvdan bo'ladi qarashasiz. Daryoning suvi bulg'unib ketgan ichmayotgan degan hashta bo'ladi.
Agricultural production in the region, including water-thirsty crops like cotton and tomatoes, is also resorting to underground aquifers as the solution to their water problems. For many small farms, the cost of a deep well is outside of their means. A sheep farmer near to Kashgar city recently collaborated with other farmers in the area so they could afford to build a much-needed well.
Bunu yeniden kolgan kuduk 180 metre. Bay dedim 180 metre kolgandı. Bunu hem de 160 metre kolgandı açık çıkıp kaldı 180 metre koldu. Bunu bu şu dihallı yüzü pulcukıp kolattı. Lakin hazır bu kudukun yine kazı var teha. Bu na teskilen toktatıp teskilen kolattı. Altı kazı var yakını tüleydi. Biz dehalının bir etrafından kodak teğe yerlere bujda quruq. Bujda teğe amyeni kivelteriydi qavaq ötep ketdi.
This fourth generation farmer also believes that the quality of groundwater is affecting the meat and crops which are produced in the region.
Buluda kesellik payda, men bu qulamda qushxona va bu charvidan kesellik payda bo'lib ketib barda. Hozirqa musho degandek ay qurgandek musho bu su namlik bo'lsa, pokizlik bo'lgan, namlik bo'lmayotgan kesellik paydo bo'ldi. Musho charvidanmi kesellik paydo bo'ldi, men bilaman. Qassob dedim-ku, 4 avlod qassob. Charvidan qaytadim kesellik bor hozir, men bilaman shuni. Bu bizning kichik vaqtlarimizda yemaklik shunda tatliq jingta. Hozir ma yemaklik jihalashib ketgandan odam qo'ldab ketgandan bu toza ko'ngillik. Bizning bolalardan so'rasam, bu toza adam boyaga bag'is kelmaydi. Uşaq vallahi o unda yemaklik bunda tatliq emas kichikimdikidek. Masalan, hozir isil bir narsani sekma, aj burunqilik chilvichga umochchilik talqon, hali qundaqildek unda tatliq emas.
The long-term sustainability of drawing large volumes of water from these aquifers is difficult to predict. Dr. Toops explains that the water drawn from these wells is not bottomless.
Well, the thing is, so if you go out right now and you drop a well, it might be fine, but is it going to last 50 years or 100 years or 30 years? You don't know. What we've seen in other areas, say for example Turpan in the north, they have to go deeper and deeper to get the water. If it's for drinking water, that's one thing, but when they're using it then to irrigate, which takes a lot, and also in an area that there's a lot of evaporation, then it's problematic.
The question which remains not only for Kashgar and Xinjiang, but for China at large, is how long can this development continue? And will access to water become a bottleneck to population growth?